All right, it's 6:02 p.m. I'm 2 minutes past when I can be legally parked where I parked, but hopefully my car is going to be okay. Well, I got a good dinner. I got a hot dog to go. Yeah, it just straight up seems like enabling serving the hot dogs at the Andre house wrapped up in foil, but. I had the most unexpected thing happen at the Andre house. First, I want to apologize. The last segment ended very abruptly. I recognize that voice. It was the guy that was yelling at me when I was on my way onto the Human Service campus the other day. Called me a weirdo. And apparently he's very unhappy about people who go into the zone with cameras. And someone needs to explain to him that there's no expectation of privacy in a public place. You don't want people filming you on a public street. You need to not be on a public street. So, oh dear God, I hope these people stop for this guy. Oh shit, that car smells like it's overheating, the white one. It's got that overheating smell, and it just stalled out, and it does not sound like it's starting back up. Oh, looks like he's in motion. That guy just had the scariest moment of his week, very likely. Oh, of course, my scary moment is the thought and possibility that I'm approaching my, well, I don't know what's up with that person, but I'm a little nervous about it. I'm worried I'm approaching my car, and it's gonna have at least it hasn't been towed, but I cannot afford a parking ticket right now. That would fuck my shit right up. Okay. That car behind me, he's just pulling over to check his radiator. You know, I should try to help him out, but I'm illegally parked. Or I think I can park adjacent to him there. See if I got some coolant in my trunk. I might have some coolant in the trunk. I might have some coolant in the back seat. As I have periodic overheating issues myself, I generally try to keep that. Oh, the back of my car is a freaking mess right now. Tire in the back from the last time I had to get a jump start. Hey, at least new alternator so far has been trouble-free. Oil, some windshield cleaning stuff, Mountain Dew, put that shit in the front seat. Laundry. I'm not seeing any coolant. Yeah, he's definitely having some overheating issues. If I can help that guy out, I will. More laundry back here. I don't know what that's probably Allison's stuff, because she threw a bunch of shit in here. That's more, definitely more Allison stuff there. Oh shit, no. I had a thing of coolant in the car, but if I do, it's still buried. Ah, crap. I'm shooting video with the camera facing the wrong way. So anyways, I was saying, yeah, that guy sounded like he was ready to get really hostile, so I just cut my last segment off. I was going to keep on walking as I got closer to the Andre house, but yeah, he, my key, okay, key's there. Yeah, wow, another part of my iPhone screen just broke off. That's not good. iPhone is in rough shape right now, but it's still working. But I know it's just a matter of time when we have to, sooner than later, I'm gonna have to replace that screen too. So Hang on, I gotta flip my dang screen around.
I'll be there.
Well, he's back in motion, so apparently he's got coolant or was able to work on that. But wow, somebody on an electric scooter with a seat on it. That is definitely not a rental. Okay, well, no parking ticket, no parking ticket, no parking ticket, no impounded car. So it's 6:08 right now, 8 minutes. I was illegally parked for 8 minutes, but I got it handled in time. Now on the right note, there's a street here. I'm having trouble seeing because of the contrast of the it doesn't help that my windshield's filthy, but yeah, when I'm going directly into bright sunlight and I'm looking at a street corner that's got shade, it's very difficult for me to see it. This is interesting. That building right there says PLEA, P-L-E-A. That is the police officers union building. I mentioned last week that there was a viral video going around of a guy that was assaulted directly in front of the building, and I believe it was right here where that happened. And I was only a few blocks away when I was talking about it too, but I didn't realize it was there. I forget what night it was. I want to say last Wednesday night. Probably last Wednesday night. I didn't shoot any video while I was down here, but I did talk about how I had woke up in the evening and was feeling very depressed and isolated and lonely, and I had come down to the zone. Pretty sure it was last Wednesday night. I'd come down to the zone, so a week ago. It's Wednesday now. When I say the date, it's Wednesday. I don't think my home button still works. It's hanging there by a thread. Wednesday, July 5th. So yeah, a little less than a week ago, because I got here probably about 10 o'clock at night. But oh, that reminds me. Obviously, I'm not going to. Feels like Tuesday. I was thinking I would go to the karaoke at the at the. Oh shit. It's like I got another tooth starting to come apart. That's not good. I was going to. I hate that there's no left turn at this intersection. Like, really, we need 3 lanes for through traffic, but none for a left turn? How about 2 lanes of through traffic and a left turn that is left turn only? Technically, what I'm doing here is a completely legal left turn, but a lot of times Phoenix drivers don't pay attention to the people in front of them. And of course, if I get rear-ended there while I'm waiting for clear traffic to turn left, as long as that person doesn't do a hit and run like the last guy that rear-ended me, I could get a fat check. But anyway, I'm already around the corner. Problem solved. More development going on the right. Those apartments look neat. The security fence around them is sketchy looking. These luxury high rises down here just blow my mind. This is not the housing that's needed, but that's the housing that's being built. I was saying, last Wednesday I was walking around and I was super depressed and lonely, and place on the right is pretty fancy looking from this angle. Wow, that's a spot I kept driving by where the postal carrier was blocking traffic while he was sorting like a whole building's worth of mail. Like, the fact that they don't have a designated parking spot for the mailman just seems like a major oversight to me. Anyway, so I was super depressed, and I was just sitting down in the zone like a week ago at night, late at night, 10, 11 o'clock, and this guy's learning how to parallel park. It should be entertaining. Yeah, that angle's not gonna get her done, dude.
Speaking of bad parking jobs, there's one I saw the other day I wanted to take a picture of. I wasn't vlogging, and I wish I was. I was going to take a picture of it, and then I didn't. But some of the curbs in the old part of town they're not at such a uniform height as like all modern curbs are. Now there's a standard, there's a code, there's a standard in which they must be built. But some of these older curbs from before when that standard existed, you can see here, are taller and higher. And it was in the block where I was just walking, I think that's I want to say that's 9th Street or 9th Avenue. It was 9th Avenue I parked on. Whatever avenue I parked on, the block between Washington and Jefferson. Oh man, my temperature gauge already higher than it should be. It's down to like 108 now, so that's nice. At least it was when I started the video. I did look at the temperature. So anyway, as I was saying, so I was down there and I was depressed and I was just hanging out and kind of people watching and there's it's creepy and weird, but there is sort of a sense of community among the people that are homeless and wandering through the zone. It's a very sketchy, very dangerous kind of community, but community nonetheless. And I just really didn't want to be alone. I didn't have the money to go to a bar. Lately, going to bars has been kind of depressing because of my money situation and just my love life or lack thereof. So I was anyway, I'm hanging out in the zone, just people watching, and I unexpectedly got a call from my friend Candy, who I mentioned before. I think in an alternate universe, or in an alternate timeline, her and I are probably just an amazing power couple, but just I don't know why I'm not 100% sure why that hasn't happened with us, because there are times that it sure seemed like it was going that direction and it didn't. And last Wednesday night was one of those nights. I ended up not going to see her. I was thinking about going to see her. I ended up not, and we had I stayed on the phone with her for a long time, and it was. And I'm a guy who does not like to talk on the phone, does not like to talk on the phone very long when I do, but it was what I needed. And anyway, so I was talking with her about the whole, so that's what it was. I walked by that building that I just went by, the police union building. I walked by it when I was with her, and that's when I noticed where it was. And which was just wild, because like I had just been talking and it had been in the news about how that guy got violently assaulted by the police and roughed up, and he's got a big lawsuit going on. But yeah, into last summer, just for asking the officers, hey, do you guys help people? Because there's people that need help. And then when the officers got shitty with him about it, and granted, the guy was being a little testy in the way he was asking, but still, when the cops got a little shitty about it, they He called the guy a dumbass or something of that nature, and the police retaliated by just basically twisting his arm back and violently slamming him against a police car and arresting him for no reason. It was pretty clear in the video the guy had broken no laws whatsoever. But before I get stuck on the freeway and my temperature gauge is already higher than it should be, I'm trying to check the traffic here. It looks awesome. Yeah, it looks like I can get on the freeway here and just be smooth sailing all the way home. I've already had to turn off my air, and I am just sweating so bad. I still don't have hot water at home, but a shower without hot water actually sounds appealing right now, because I'm just so sweaty and gross right now. So I have to clean my tub. My tub's a little on the nasty side right now, but I do believe the drain is working, finally. I think the drain is working. Yeah, I've definitely done more than my share of sweating today, and I'm going to need to take a bath or shower or something, even without proper hot water. God, I can't wait to get on the freeway and watch my temperature gauge go down and get some air conditioning on. And that guy bent over in the shade there with his homeless packages of stuff. It was looking pretty sketchy. Sorry, I'm having trouble focusing because of just the stressing about my temperature gauge in my car, and I'm just so hot and sweaty right now. It's miserable. Hey, but at least I'm not out of gas. Of course, I am to the point where I'm about halfway between a quarter tank and half tank. I'm not sure when I can expect payment from last night's gig through Winolo. The other Winoloers tell me that usually it posts within 24 hours, usually by the next afternoon after you work. But they said the first one always takes longer. Typically they said around 3 days, so that's a bit of a problem. And the other thing that they said, that I was told by some of the other Winolo people, well, not so much by the Winolo people, but actually the guy. So when we went in, they brought us all into a room. They brought us all into a room, like a conference room, and they had a bit of a talk. It's like, hey, this is what's going on, blah, blah, blah. How many of you were here last night? How many of you, if you've already been here last night, just go ahead and go to the production floor. Go ahead and suit up and go to the. And by suit up, I mean there's a bunch of PPE you have to wear there. So yeah, you're suiting up. So go ahead and suit up and head to the production floor and talk to leadership. They'll get you to work. And then there were some people that were like, well, hey, I didn't work yesterday, but I've done HelloFresh through Winolo in the past. And that guy was like, oh yeah, you guys are. It's nothing substantially changed. Just go ahead. And then for those of us who hadn't, we got to sit. We got paid for it. Presumably, we'll get paid for it. Sat and given further directions and question answer session, that sort of thing. I will say a lot of stuff that happened last night was different than all those videos that I went through from HelloFresh Corporate, which no shock there. That's pretty par for the course. Training videos and training materials never seem to really reflect real life and jobs once you get them. But they make you waste your time watching that shit anyway. And of course, most of that stuff, like, just I don't remember it. I mean, food safety and handling procedures are things I've been dealing with since I was a young teenager. So, like, I know that's common. I want to believe that's common sense. Temperature gauge dropping right now nicely. I think it's the point to turn the air back on. Oh God, just oh, that feels good. Just a little moving air. As much as I generally hate the feeling of fans on me, a little bit of moving air and all my sweat is feeling good right now. Dang, I forgot what the hell I was going with this story. Oh, anyway, so yeah, talking to a lot of Winolo about stuff. And anyway, so apparently one thing that was not working is like the prompts on the app, and all the stuff says to when you get in the building to press a lot of inconsistent messaging. This is to press start, and then you will log in on a tablet. And I guess typically when Winolo is sending temps to a place, they've got a representative for Winolo that is there with an iPad or some kind of tablet. I think it specifically said iPad, but anyway. And then you log in there, and that interacts with the Winolo app, and it tracks your hours and whatnot. Well, the Winolo app kept sending me push-through messages all night telling me that I needed to log in and press start, and I had pressed start. So apparently the tablet not being there was causing the problem. There was no Winolo rep there. The guy that was handling this, that I think was the operations manager for front half nights at HelloFresh, he said that yeah, there has been no Winolo rep, that he's a little frustrated with it, but thank you people for showing up, and that he had some handwritten forms for people to clock in and clock out on, which was my procedure the whole time I was at K-Power. Like, I was given a time card, and for some reason it never worked on their time card system there. And that never got resolved by the time I got fired. So, but hey, I got another random picture ID that has a pretty damn good picture on it. But yeah, anyway, Anyway, so yeah, I did the time card, but since I was never able to log in on the Winolo app, since I never accepted it, presumably due to the lack of a Winolo rep with the iPad, temperature gauge right back where it's supposed to be, air blowing ice cold. It's amazing the difference between driving on a freeway and driving in just city traffic. In this car. Yeah, glad I didn't take that delivery gig. Obviously, this car is not ready for a daytime delivery gig. I think I'll still be okay to deliver pizzas at night, but a daytime delivery gig, not happen. And I think I waited too long to contact any of the people from Domino's, which is fine. More important things happened today. I presumably accepted a job. It's pending a drug test, which I took. I have no question that I will pass the drug test. I don't do drugs. Especially since it was a mouth swab, and I don't think those test for THC. Not that I've even been smoking any weed lately, but just FYI, like I'm not worried about the drug test. I am worried about a background check. Everything background check is just. She said that she doesn't think they look longer than 7 years. I said, well, 7 years is not a problem. I said, but for something that happened over a quarter century ago, I still have places that refuse to hire me over it, and it just pisses me off. Because why can't you look at that and draw the conclusion that I've been a responsible adult that has not gotten in trouble with the law for over a quarter century? Can't you draw that conclusion instead of the conclusion of her convicted felon? I don't know. Society's broken. What can I say? So anyway, so I got a feeling that could result in some pay delay with Winolo. So I don't know. Supposed to be like $177. I don't know when that's going to happen. That's a little frustrating. I do think I might have a paycheck, my very last paycheck from K-Power, sitting in my mailbox. That's supposed to be like $80. That'll help. I still haven't contacted Greg, one of the owners of Gilligan's and Castaways, about buying a Laserdisc player for me, but that would be some extra money. I'm not dealing with that right now. I'm not climbing in my storage when it's this hot outside. I'm definitely not doing that. Just keeping that door closed and hoping for minimal heat damage to the contents of my storage unit, my stuff. So glad I found 3 things of Mountain Dew. That makes me happy. And I remember at one point, wondering where the fuck it had gone. And I just assumed I had left it somewhere. Nope, just slipped into the back of the car, moved it out of the way, and forgot about it. Good times. That should be fine. It's all still sealed. It's soda. I don't think the heat will have done anything bad to it. I mean, it probably makes that plastic degrade faster, but I don't know. I expect it'll be fine. I figure whatever the toxins coming from the plastic, that the toxins that are in Mountain Dew are probably stronger. So, I read somewhere the Mountain Dew is not legal in certain European countries because of ingredients in it, which I'm not gonna lie. If I moved to a European country where Mountain Dew is not legal, I would probably be spending a stupid amount of money doing sideways imports of that stuff, hoping it didn't get snagged by customs. I can give up a lot of things. Mountain Dew ain't one of them. So yeah, a hot dog from Andre House. Need to not forget about that. Wrapped in foil. Which, when I mentioned that, I said, that's just straight enabling. And she started laughing. And she's just like, yeah. She goes, but perhaps it's preventing some shoplifting. And I'm like, that's a valid point I hadn't thought of. I can't argue that's a good thing. And the reality is, junkies gonna junkie and gonna find what they need to be junkies. So maybe enabling them by wrapping their hot dogs in foil is a good thing, and it prevents them from going other places to steal foil. Still don't like it though. I guess that was the big bombshell. That's a reward for making it to the end of the video. I ran into my daughter Allison at the Andre House, as she had got in the line before me to eat, and she actually was caring enough to wait by the front entrance for me to join her so we could go through the line together and sit together. So, I don't want to give a lot of details of what's going on with her. I'm glad she's safe. I believe she is taking some positive measures to try to kick her addictions and get her life on track. And she did promise me she's coming home tonight. So, she also said that she knows some place that could help with some rental assistance, emergency rental assistance, and would try to help me with that. So if I can just get somebody to cover my rent for next month, that will take a lot of pressure off, because I'm going to get work. Oh damn, there's a big old box in the road. I'm going to get work. I'm on my grind, but it's not as easy as these homeless people should go get a job. People seem to make it want to be, and right now, like I'm no longer missing documents. I have Social Security's actually in my pocket. They did need it down at Pro Logistics, and she was able to photocopy it. And I'm really glad she processed my application with Pro Logistics without it. Going inside, I need to try to find my EBT card. I need to try to find my debit card for Pro Logistics. Anyway, I'm going to wrap this up here. But yeah, lunch with Allison. She's coming home tonight. I kind of made plans to meet her at around 8. So hopefully that works out. If there's anything else I was supposed to come to conclusions on, sorry I didn't. But I need to get out of this damn heat. Oh, and I should probably put my damn sunshade up. It's amazing how I forget to do that all the time.